Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia back with another episode. It looks like there's some strange goings-on with former Riot Squad member Liv Morgan, as well as possible new WWE departures. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at 5 news stories and rumors you need to know, including Liv Morgan, WWE exits, a new release policy, long-term plans for The Fiend, future plans for Becky and Charlotte, and more. Backstage heat on Liv Morgan? Has Liv Morgan gotten into some sort of trouble backstage? Former Riot Squad member Liv Morgan has been absent since her crushing loss to Charlotte last summer on SmackDown. While Morgan was drafted to Raw, she's been gone from WWE TV ever since. Morgan hinted at a new look and a new direction after her defeat, sharing videos and pictures of herself sitting in the rain and cutting her hair. Morgan recently appeared at a WWE event sporting blonde hair. She also posted a picture on social media suggesting she may be going with a goth look. However, Morgan's absence has some thinking she has backstage heat with wrestlers and/or WWE officials. Morgan's absence has led to wild rumors ranging from her having backstage heat to stories that she will return as a Harley Quinn-type character to serve alongside The Fiend. There's been no confirmation on any of these stories, and it's more likely the WWE is merely waiting for the right moment to relaunch Morgan. Considering the current shortage of TV time for WWE stars, the WWE wouldn't want to have Morgan get lost in the shuffle. In fact, a recent series of tweets suggests Morgan may be returning soon, perhaps even as soon as at Survivor Series. Liv tweeted, "4 months, I cried, now I laugh," to which SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley replied, "I got you." Possible dream match lined up for The Fiend. While the WWE has The Fiend facing Daniel Bryan at Survivor Series and against The Miz at Starrcade, fans are looking for stronger opponents for Bray Wyatt's devilish doppelganger to battle, because let's face it, no one short of Superman seemed capable of giving him a run for his money. This has led to some interesting rumors about some tougher competition for the Universal Champion, with Dave Meltzer speculating on Wrestling Observer Radio, Brock is stuck with Paul Heyman, and because of Brock, Paul, and Vince, it is always planned out in advance. We probably should be seeing hints of whatever Lesnar's direction is pretty soon. I'm still thinking it may be Bray Wyatt, although they're on different brands. Maybe that's out of the question, but maybe it's not. Even if it is out of the question today, it might not be out of the question in a month. If ratings go down, then what decisions will they make at that point? They're building up Bray for somebody. It certainly isn't Daniel Bryan, it's certainly not The Miz. I don't think it's Strowman. I guess it might be Roman. I mean, it could be Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. I could absolutely see that. Those could be the two. I'd say it's Bray Wyatt against either Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar. While it's self-evident that Wyatt has been built up already, the question is how to capitalize on him being so over while making it seem that his opponent poses a threat to him. The Undertaker dealt with a similar situation during the 90s when The Undertaker was an almost unstoppable force, but The Fiend has been portrayed as even more powerful. WWE pushing the Becky-Charlotte team. While Becky Lynch is busy defending the Raw Women's Championship, that hasn't stopped WWE from pairing her with Charlotte Flair as the two talented ladies chase Asuka and Kairi Sane for the Women's Tag Team Championship. In fact, WWE is hinting that the Lynch-Flair pair isn't going away anytime soon. A recent promotional blurb by the WWE for the 18 November Raw states, "Despite falling short of the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, Becky Lynch isn't quite giving up on her dream to revive the legend of Becky Two Belts. This Monday, the man will once again team with Charlotte Flair, her partner in last week's ill-fated title bid. And after showing surprising chemistry with her longtime rival, the man will once again pair up with the Queen." As we noted in an earlier report, the Becky-Charlotte team will challenge the Kabuki Warriors at December's TLC pay-per-view for the tag titles in a TLC match. Some possible big departures. Speaking of the Kabuki Warriors, Dave Meltzer is reporting that Kairi Sane's WWE contract expires sometime in early 2020. And regarding Sane, Meltzer speculated, "Kairi Sane, I could definitely see her leaving. I don't know that she's gonna leave, but she's definitely expressed interest in exploring other options." At least one Japanese promoter has already expressed interest in signing Sane, so she should be able to command a lucrative salary if the WWE's spending spree of re-signing superstars continues. Another name being discussed is Rey Mysterio, currently scheduled to die at the hands of Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. According to Ringside News' Felix Upton, Mysterio signed a 2-year deal in September 2018, but he has an out clause in his contract at the 18-month mark. If he decides to take that out clause, then he could be out of WWE just before WrestleMania 36. However, as Upton also noted, WWE likes to tack on more time to deals. That being said, they could always add more time to his contract if they want to, since he was out for a bit of time due to injury this year. If they did that, then Mysterio might make WrestleMania without having to execute an out clause. As Wrestlelamia has noted in previous videos about the Master of the 619, how many years does Mysterio have left in him? The 44-year-old wrestling legend has been wrestling since 1989, and his career has seen a number of injuries and surgeries to repair said injuries. No surprise considering his high-flying, high-impact wrestling style. With Mysterio's son Dominic reportedly set to train with WWE, it seems unlikely Mysterio would jump to AEW, leaving Dominic behind. WWE relaxing its release policy? Dave Meltzer seems to think so, with the wrestling pundit observing, I don't know, there's different schools of thought. There's a school of thought that all these guys who want to leave are there in WWE and they're really not happy, that it really kind of just hurts morale and that it's just better to let them go. They're not letting people go. I know people who have argued to let people go, but they're not letting anyone go still. So until they do, all these guys, man, be quiet, it's easy for me to say. There's a time for that. Now, for the guys who signed a 5-year contract now and 3 months later they want to go, like Mike Kanellis, that's a bad situation that I can't help you with because that was, don't sign 5-year deals if you think you're going to be unhappy. The most recent story suggests WWE will release superstars it feels have nothing to give to AEW or who won't go to the WWE's competition. One thing that might motivate the WWE to release superstars is its massive roster. Consider the big money contracts WWE has thrown at superstars to sign new deals and ask whether the promotion can justify a large payroll when many of the stars rarely appear on TV. It's a problem reminiscent of WCW's later years and a parallel WWE shouldn't be emulating. Booker T on Chris Jericho and the importance of creativity. There's no denying 49-year-old Chris Jericho has stayed relevant despite a career dating back to the 1990s. During an episode of his podcast, Booker T's Hall of Fame, Booker T gave his take on Jericho's longevity. There's a guy who's always been able to reinvent himself. I don't know how many times Chris has been able to do this and do it to the point where people go, "Man, this is a new Chris Jericho," Booker began. When I first saw him in Japan, and he came out and he had the face paint on, and he had the hat on and the spiked jacket, I'm like, what's going on with Chris, man? But it worked, especially over there in Japan. They love the pageantry, man. They love being able to go out and make the fans look at the wrestling so much more than just the wrestling match. You see something so different when you watch a New Japan big show in the Tokyo Dome. There's going to be somebody coming out dressed so flamboyantly. Booker T, no stranger to reinventing himself, discussed how important it is to give young stars a chance to create their own persona. I think it's something that we definitely need. I think when you have someone like Chris Jericho, and not just someone like Chris Jericho, we've got so many young guys out there that are looking to come up. They're looking to find their own niche. They're looking to literally create their own identity. And I think if we just sat back a little bit and give them the reins, I think to actually do it. I think overproducing sometime can actually handcuff, young talent more than you help them. Well guys, there you have it, your wrestling news for 17 November 2019. What did you think of these stories? Be sure to leave your comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.